Hey guys, Ollie the Tea Guru here. This is a video just to let you know a little bit more about the state of play right now, at least as far as the Guangdong tea markets are concerned. It's strange times for all of us right now, and that's including the tea market. So everyone in China was in hibernation long before we were. Most have returned to the tea market, although the lower echelons of the tea market is struggling somewhat, or should I say it's pretty much dead. You can imagine all of the tea wholesalers who normally sell their tea to restaurants and all these other places, you know, the very cheap end of the market, they're just not asking for anything right now. In fact, the tea market is very slow generally. People are not coming into the tea market to taste the tea. It's all a little bit slow. So how do I think this is going to? How do I think they're going to react now? Considering the low end of the market is so sparse, the high end stuff is still shifting, but these guys, they make a vast chunk of their money through the lower end of the market. They're struggling for fluidity right now. They need money in the bank. That coupled with the droughts in Yunnan, we're talking about Yunnan specifically now. There was a drought last year. In some instances, yield was down 80%. There is another drought this year. It's not looking good, really, to be honest. These guys are cash strapped from last year. They've had this major incidents to worry about, and now we've got another drought in Yunnan. So as far as Pu'er goes, it's not good news for these guys. Looking at a business point of view, they could go two ways on this. They could, with the higher end stuff, they could either really try and desperately pump out what they've got to prospective buyers by lowering the price, just to get some cash flow in, or they could kind of double down and push the price up. You know, there are economic reasons for doing both. I mean, if you push the price up, you're trying to basically get more money in. But if you're more sort of desperate, I suppose, you're going to push the price down to just try and flog anything you can to get some resources back in. So I'm not too sure how this is going to play out right now. I can tell you that shipping, as far as small boxes, I get all my stuff sent over 30 kilo boxes, and traditionally all my tea was sent via cargo hold of passenger aircraft. We used to get a very decent rate doing it that way, but of course the passenger aircrafts are not running at the moment, or if they are running, very limited service. So those cheaper rates are now non-existent. So I'm paying effectively 30% more for shipping, getting my stuff in from China. So shipping's a little bit of a nightmare. I think that because of the situation now, there is a possibility that more interesting tea that may not be ordinarily available to us might show its face. So my guys on the ground in Guangdong, they believe that there should be more interesting stuff popping up out of the woodwork. So it could be a very good opportunity to discover some more interesting offerings that we may not normally be privy to. So we'll have to see about that. Early birds might want to know what's on the horizon here at Guru Towers, what we've got in motion as far as new tea for this year. Well, I've already mentioned to a few people that we're going to be pressing the Gushue white tea, the Yiwu Gushue white tea, very exclusive. So, you know, I think I'm only doing 10 cakes of that. Very exclusive offering. So we're doing the Gushue white. I've managed to secure a really nice kind of mixed dashui recipe from Yiwu, 2003 Yiwu Tea cake, that's on the horizon. That's coming in very, very soon. This year, as far as new pressings go, fresh pressings, I'm looking at a large grouping of tea cakes from different single estate farms in Iwu. They're going to be a dashu sort of material. Lots of single estate from offerings from them. Bingdao Gushu. Yes, you heard it first. We're going to be offering a Bingdao Gushu. Again, super exclusive. Like, how many cakes can I make? I'm making lots of different stuff. I'm buying in lots of tea, so I can't throw loads of money at it. But probably like 10 cakes. So super exclusive. And with the Bingdao Gushu, I've had this recently. People talking about Bingdao Gushu. Of course, it varies like that. Okay, with the stratospheric Bingdao Gushu just not being available. Unless you are a guy of very high repute, powerful maybe, with lots of friends in the tea world, you're probably never going to be able to experience the best Bingdao Gushu. But here's news for you. Usually the tippy top best stuff from any farms are not really available. Very, very rarely on the open market. So it's not just Bingdao, it's sort of everywhere. Philip from Iwu Mountain Tea, I was very lucky. He came over this Christmas time, not for Christmas, but you know, around that sort of time. And he left me a Dragon Ball of Iwu Gaoshan single tree. He didn't have many of them because of the drought, but he gave me one. I mean, you know, I think he was selling them. I think he is still selling them, but price-wise for a single Dragon Ball, I don't know. Last time I spoke to him, he said that he wasn't even sure of the current price. It's just going up all the time. I think in the region of $40 for a Dragon Ball, and it could even be more than that. When you're dealing with the top echelons, the best that a farm can produce, you're going to end up with those sort of prices because they're isolating the best possible tea from that whole area for you. There's not much of it, and you know, most of it doesn't even hit the market because it's either drunk with friends of the farmers, or it's sold off to guys who have already come in and swallowed up the produce before it even hits the market. They're in there, they've got it, they've gone. So with the Bingdao Gushu, you get different levels, okay? You get the super high, amazing, expensive Gushu and Bingdao, and you get the lesser grade stuff. What I'm going for, and I haven't tried it yet, I'm going to taste it first. What I'm going for is, of course, a lesser example. You know, there are vendors in the West that will offer Bingdao Gushu cakes for what? I don't know, $400, $600, $800 for a 200 gram cake. I'm pricing mine at somewhere around the sort of $250 mark. Not to say that it's not real, because it is real. You know, it's proper Gushu from Bingdao. It's just that it's at a different level. You got people saying, "Oh, how can it be real if this guy over here is charging $600 for a Bingdao Gushu cake and you're charging $250?" Well, because there are different levels in Gushu. There's good Gushu, there's bad Gushu, and there's Gushu that's been muddled up with dashu or who knows God what else. And of course, the latter we stay away from completely. The reason I've gone for this price point is twofold. Of course, I want to invest in different places and different areas within my tea store, and I've only got a certain amount of capital to play with. But also, I want to provide my clients with a taste of Bingdao, a taste that with this tea cake you will get the taste of Bingdao. It won't be too astringent, all right? It won't be too off the wall and bitter and twisted. It'll be a fairly good example of what to expect. It won't be the best Bingdao Gushu you can taste, There are other guys you can go to for that. But this cake will be a very decent reflection of the Bingdao area, and it will be Gucci. So I hope that explains a few things for you. We are also going through a rebranding phase for the Tea Guru website. You won't have noticed any changes yet, but the rebranding's going on in the background. I've seen what they plan to do, and it all looks really nice and good. A little bit cartoony, a little bit funky, but staying true to the Tea Guru website in terms of I like the way that it's kind of set out, mate. Mostly, it needs to be the navigation needs to be easy and clean and accessible for everyone. But there's just going to be a splatter of branding, a nice little cartoony images, and just make it a little bit of a nicer place to be. So hopefully that will be going live within a month. I'm hoping for. Also, with the new tea cakes that will be released later this year, I'm going to be making some interesting designs for the cakes. In fact, I've already got them. But it'll, compared to the release that we made a couple of years back with the very standardised Tea Guru logo, they're all going to be different. They're all going to have different and funky names. So I hope you appreciate it. I'm just having some fun. You can try and look into the esoteric meanings of the tea cakes if you wish. Some have them and some don't. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Thanks, guys, for sticking by. I'll leave the Tea Guru here. And cheers to spring. Let's make the most out of this year, 2020. Let's go.